This is Natasha Watts. You're tuned in to On the Block Sports Talk.
On the block, sports talk, Yankees, Mets, Knicks, New York. On the block, sports talk, Giants, Jets, Nets, let's go. On the block, sports talk, Philly, Miami, Dallas, Buffalo. On the block, sports talk, NBA, MLB, NFL, we got it all. On the block, sports talk. 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 Directed by Kenny Stafford.
Everybody, good afternoon. Out there, this On the Block Sports Talk coming to you live from Rosey's Barbershop in Marble Hill. We got a lot, a few topics to discuss today. Basketball season starting, college football's in the mix of things, NFL Week 8, the mid-season. A lot of things going on.
What's going on, y'all? It's the host of Hammer. We at Rosey's Barbershop. You know, we said we got Coach over there. Panda. Got Chris, my man Chris. And Az. We here, like you said, talking about basketball season. You know, beginning of the basketball season. We got some Jet stuff to talk about, some football stuff to talk about. Big college game tonight.
Yes.
Florida State. No, Miami at Florida State.
Yes.
Right?
Big rivalry game. But real quick before we get on to that, just remember Election Day is coming. Blasio, Andy King on your ballots out there and exercise your right to vote.
That's what's up. Last night, Brooklyn survives.
Good game.
Home opener against the Heat.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? 101 the 100.
They survived. They had a
Yeah,
10-point
they had a
lead.
10-point lead.
With a minute and one by one. Clutch threes.
First time they beat them, 13 games?
Yeah.
So they survived.
They survived.
I wouldn't say
They
survive.
survived.
That was
What
the
would you
plan.
call it?
That was the plan.
Just, cover the spread.
That's
You
what's
know
up.
what I
There
mean?
you
Cover
go.
the spread.
But a good win for Brooklyn. Home opener.
No, it was a great game.
Yeah, you want to win your home opener.
Yeah.
Get some momentum, get the crowd into it.
I kind of like the collaboration with all the guys. I know you were on me because I didn't like them, but they looked good last night. Guys coming off the bench. Our bench looked great. We looked kind of deep. Andre Kemmerenko, I was telling you last night. We had
AK-47.
Hey, man, I totally forgot he was on the team, man. He's a spark. He's definitely a spark. So the East is going to look very interesting. Very interesting this year.
Brooklyn being as good as they are, bring a big spark to New York. You know what I'm saying? Very competitive with the Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
Knicks and Nets got a good team.
Yeah.
You know, we need that in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's not like teams can come in from the West Coast or the East Coast and
Yeah, they get an easy win. They're going to work.
easy win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's good for basketball. Good for the
Very
city.
good for the city. Very
good
good
for the newspapers. Good for everybody. Good for us to have something to talk about.
Let's talk about last night's game for a little while before we move on to the Knicks and some other basketball stuff. So what you think about last night's game? The chemistry with the Nets. Jason Kidd not being there, facing the second game suspension for the DWI. He'll be at the game Sunday. So Nets played well last night.
Yeah, like you said, I think got good contribution from the bench with the guard. What's the light-skinned guy's name again?
Livingston?
Yeah, Livingston played well. AK off the bench. You know, they did well.
Blanston. Nets got a deeper bench than I thought they did.
Yeah.
Got a little sneaky there. Yeah, they did. It's going to take them some time. You know what I mean?
Game one, game
It's going
two.
to take them some time. Just like, every team.
Ron Williams looks lost right now, though.
Well, yeah, he's not healthy. He's not healthy, and they're gonna need for him to be healthy in order to win games. You know, Pierce, Garnett looked a little off last night. Like I said, I was telling the coach, it's gonna be a little harder for him.
Pierce made a good play on LeBron. That was the key.
Well, he always plays LeBron well.
Yeah, they go back and forth.
He always plays LeBron well. Just in general, Joe Johnson big shots.
Yeah.
Pierce big shots. And that's got a good team. They're not that athletic. Like I was telling the coach last night, but their chemistry, they got good passing, they got good knowledge of the game, and they'll be a team to be reckoned with.
They got a lot of matchup problems.
They're long.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you last night.
They're
They're long and lanky team.
They're long.
You start five. You can't double team
either one person in starting five.
Yeah, that's gonna help Joe Johnson. You don't have to shoulder the load.
Playoff time wise, they're gonna be tough to beat.
If you get out and run on the Nets, they're in trouble. If you can get out in transition and run on the Nets, like you said, they're not athletic. They don't get back well on defense. So if they're able to, one of those young teams that go up and down, they're gonna give the Nets big problems.
Yeah, they might, but like I was telling him last night, if they run a 2-3 zone, which is kind of comical in the NBA, but if they run a 2-3 zone, nobody's gonna really score on us. We got lanky guys, man. Tall, lanky guys.
Well, like you
A
said,
team with 3-point shooters are gonna kill that zone.
well, like you said,
Golden State, a Knicks.
that's the key. The key is the Nets do have good defense. In order for them, you're gonna have to miss
I
shots.
don't think they're gonna be ranked like high and like top 10.
No,
defense, like,
no. I still think they're the fourth best team in the Eastern
in the
Conference.
East, yeah, the East.
You think they're a better team than the Knicks?
Not yet. That remains to be seen.
Or you talking because you're a strong
Nah,
Knicks fan?
not because I'm a Knicks fan. Because I'm not gonna get impressed by just 2 games.
Oh, no,
They
no.
lost it to Cleveland. I mean, nobody's talking about that. They lost to Cleveland,
Right.
too. And then Cleveland just lost last night to somebody.
To Philadelphia, Charlotte.
So what was that saying about the Nets?
Well, that's not really talking. It's too early in the
It's
season.
too
to
early,
talk.
right?
Philadelphia's 2-0. They, come on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Are they gonna win the Eastern Conference? You know what I mean? Really?
Yeah, it's
you know
early
what I
though.
mean?
You can't really get it. You gotta wait for about 20 games and see where teams is at. Certain teams, then you can say they're the 4th best. On paper, they're the 4th best.
Yeah,
definitely, or the 3rd best, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think so. I still think Miami's head of the East. You got Indiana, Chicago, Knicks, Nets. And then after that, we'll see what falls.
Tell you, Indiana, you got to have a healthy Granger. He got to last a year. They need him. He's already missing the first 2 weeks.
I think you trade
I think
I think
yeah,
that's going to happen.
I think you get rid of Granger.
They did great without him.
That's going to happen. I foresee that happening by midway through the season.
Granger's not going to take a role after being a star on that team and take a role of a 6th or 7th man on that team. Paul George and Lance Stevenson are stepping up.
He might have to, but I doubt if they push him to because they got big money invested in him.
You know what? I think Granger pushed them over the top.
Yeah.
Without Granger, you're going to depend on Lance Stevenson?
Yes. This year, yes. Lance Stevenson has grown up. If
He has grown.
The first 2 games, he's grown up. 19-7 with 5 rebounds the first game, 16-8, 6 rebounds the second game. Lance Stevenson is starting to step up. Everybody knows their role. They play together. Hibbert is finally starting to dominate as a center.
Well, he's been dominating since last year, really.
Last year in the playoffs.
He is the best center in the East.
Yeah.
He is the best center in the East.
I don't say that.
Who's the best center?
In the East?
Yeah.
Lopez.
He's the best offensive center in the East.
He's the best defense. Yeah, Hibbert's the best defensive center. Lopez is the best offensive
Right.
center.
Well, if you talk all around,
I
though.
play with. I think
I'm going with Lopez.
I like
Lopez is
Lopez
this
though,
year.
in the 4th quarter though, you don't know where he's at though in games. That's the only thing I don't
That's
like
because
about
they have
Lopez.
too many go-to guys.
Yeah,
They got Williams, they got
Joe Johnson.
Pierce, they got Joe Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
So
forget
he's not
about
gonna get the
him.
ball
Yeah,
too
they
much
forget
anymore.
about
He got lost in the mix, but he's getting on his rebounds though. He's starting to
Exactly,
rebound.
he's starting to rebound, and that's the key for him.
Well,
He put on about 20 to 30 pounds, and he's starting to rebound. If he rebounds, they're gonna be. It's a problem. Definitely be
Well,
dangerous.
that's always been his downfall, is rebounding, though.
The reason he don't play as much because they went small.
Well, they're going to go small. Well, the NBA is small. To win these days, you got to go small.
But I'll be going to him down low all day.
Yeah, they don't look for him. They lose track of where he at in the game in the 4th quarter. It seems like he don't get a shot.
I think Indiana's the #1 seed coming out of the East this year. Better
They're going to
record
be a
than-
problem. They're going to
than Miami, the Knicks, Brooklyn, anybody. Everybody just seems to know their role. They play hard. They go hard every possession. And I just think there's nobody that's going to be able to contend with them over an 82-game schedule.
They got an in and out game. They can
Some
pound
people
you,
picked them to take it
shoot.
this year. Some people picked them.
Yeah, and they was there last year. They was there last
They
year.
picked
You
up
know what I
Larry
mean?
Bird too. As a
Who?
general manager, Larry
Yeah, he
Bird.
came
Well,
back.
yeah, he came back.
So
He came back.
He loves
That helps him out.
Stevenson. He loves Stevenson. So I don't see Stevenson's going to be starting. I think they're going to trade Granger. They're going to try him out the first until he gets back after the injury, but I think he's not going to be.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They could get a nice piece for Granger.
Who are they going to get for Granger? I
They might get
personally.
paid.
You gotta,
Might get
I
paid.
think you got to trade Granger because you can't pay everybody. Indiana's not a big money market where they can pay everybody.
Well, I know. We're talking about this year, though.
Yeah.
We're talking this year.
Yeah.
We're not talking next year. They're trying to win this year.
Yeah, yeah.
They're built to win now.
Yeah.
I believe they're built to win over the next 3 or 4 seasons.
But they're still built to win now. They're trying to take it now.
Paul George is young, Stevenson's young, Hibbert's young. They're going to be there. They're going to be there.
It's going to be a problem for a few years.
Yeah, they got a good team. They got a good team.
They got a great team, man.
Good core.
Well, let's go to the other side. What's up with the New York Knicks? What do you feel about them?
I love the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan,
well, you know
but I'm going to be honest. I don't like what I see.
Okay.
You know what I see from these first 2 games? That we do need J.R. Smith to come back. We're missing him right now. We're missing his offense off the bench.
I like a defense the second game. The second game, the defense was pretty good against Chicago. I just think that, like you said, they missing a couple of players. They missing JR.
I agree. We need J.R. Smith back. Because in that game against Chicago, they knew where the ball was going at the end of the game. There was no second option. There was no third option. Everybody knew where it was going, so it was very easy to defend us. And that's why that's why I believe we lost that game. If we have a wild card like J.R. Smith who can pull up from anywhere or take the ball to the basket and finish, then maybe we win that game. But being that everybody knew the ball was going to Melo because there is no second option right now really till he comes back.
Well, let's take this a step further. As far as the Knicks, just talking about J.R. Smith, how far you think can they go with just J.R. Smith being their second best player?
I think
it all depends on him, though. Like, it all depends on what he gives you after the season, because he had a great last year. He was a 6th man of the year, right?
Yeah, to
and
the
then
playoffs.
The playoffs he kind of disappeared after the elbow incident with Celtics. So it all depends on what he does in the playoffs, because the regular season he could do great, and in the playoffs he could disappear.
Okay, we're all old school here, and we know. Does J.R. Smith remind you of John Starks?
A little bit, yeah.
Very much, right?
Can be a streak shooter, can be a streak shooter.
But I feel like he's a little bit more accurate than John Starks.
More athletic, I think.
He's more athletic. He's more athletic.
Yeah,
because he.
But at the end of the day, J.R. Smith is only going to give you what he gives you, 18 points,
what
17 points. That's all he's going to give us. We need a trade.
Right, thank you. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
We need to get the teens out of Shumpert at the 2. We need to get 16 out of him. And we need Biani to contribute. And he looked pretty good that Chicago game in the second half. He started hitting the shot.
I think the key is Chandler. Chandler needs to score.
He can't score. He can't score.
Chandler's more rebounding defense.
If he gives you 10 points, 8 to 10 points,
that's what he's giving you. That's what he's giving you.
I can't be mad with that.
That's what he's giving you now.
I want 15. I want 15, 12 rebounds.
He's not giving you that though.
He's not going to give us 15 points.
I mean, the thing is for the Knicks to take it a step further, which we all know is not going to happen, which we wish would happen, is to get rid of Amari in his contract and have somebody come over with Melo, another All-Star, because in order to win championships, you got to have 2 All-Stars.
You need 2 legit weapons.
I mean, it's a known fact.
At the end of the day, the only thing we're going to be able to do with Amari is amnesty him at the end of this season. That's all we're going to be able to do. Nobody's going to take his contract and pay that money for a guy who can only play 20 minutes and give him $20 million.
Right.
Absolutely not.
You got these rookies coming out next year.
So where does that leave the Knicks then? Where does that leave the Knicks as far as
Amari for Kevin Love is out of the question.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I'm sure Kevin Love would love to come to the Knicks.
Oh yeah, to get some.
You got to give up more.
The Knicks,
and that will really put the Knicks over the top.
If you get a good player, a good quality star, they would have to give up somebody like a Shump with Amari to get somebody good. That's the only option.
Don't stop right there, but
that's the only option they have this year. You understand what I'm saying? Like next year, they'll have more, maneuver, capability next year. Once some of that cap space is available.
But you don't want to get rid of Shumpert though.
I wouldn't get rid of Shumpert.
Shumpert got a lot of upside. Got a lot of upside though. Definitely got a lot of upside. So what do we do as far as Knicks fans? I mean,
There's nothing we can do right now.
Hold our breath and watch it.
There's nothing we can do right now. It's too early,
Definitely too early to tell.
Too early to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like what we did in Chicago. We were down 13. We showed heart. We came back. We could have won that game. We were up.
Like you said, it's early. Second game of the season, though.
Exactly.
I'm liking. Sorry to cut you off. I'm liking the Hardaway Jr. She was a good presence. Nice jump shot. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
He's aggressive.
Like I said, he got good poise. He's got, I guess
his
father taught him well.
Yeah. It's in his genes. You know what I mean?
He's looking like a good pickup for him.
But his defense is decent. His playing time
better
increased
than
though.
Melo.
His
When
defense
JR
when JR comes back.
But he
though.
needs to still stay on the court. We got to keep young guys out there.
He's like
I know it's
replacing
gonna be
Copeland a
close.
little bit since we lost Copeland. He's like, he could be our little spark plug off the
But
bench.
I don't know how many games the Knicks win when Hardaway's shooting 15, 16 times a game like he's done over the first couple of games of the season. So
Yeah, that's why we
need
JR.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's not
Some of
gonna
those are J.R. Smith shots.
Right. He's not going to get the opportunity to get that many shots though. Knicks win 50 plus games this year.
I think so.
I think that's still attainable.
Yeah.
I think they can beat that.
I'll see him 145.
Huh? See him
Step
at 45.
back, I think
See him step back.
I think
Nah, that's 10 games back from last year. I can't see it.
Well, you got teams that's better too. I don't see them 10 games back, but the Nets are better, Indiana's better, Chicago.
even Toronto got a little bit.
Toronto's got a little better. Philadelphia's got better.
Philadelphia's got better.
Well, that's only for 2 games they've got.
Yeah,
Right,
let's
let's not
not
get
say
crazy with
Philadelphia's
Philadelphia.
got better. If
Let's
they
not
were
get
to win
crazy.
16,
Michael Carter Williams. Yeah, there you go.
He's a good
I'm impressed so
What
far.
about him?
I'm impressed so far. I
Yeah,
didn't think he'd be as good because he can't shoot.
But he had one good game, and he proved last
Right.
night he can't shoot. He
Right.
shot
Well,
terrible
he
last
can't
night.
shoot. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's a point guard who's lengthy. He's lengthy. What is he like? 6'5", but with his wingspan makes him about 6'8" though. You know what I mean? So he is going to give other guards trouble, and he's in that passing lane, so he will get a lot of steals.
I think the East has surpassed the West in terms of top teams and talent now. The West had it for about the last 10 years. I think the East is now going from 2 to 3 teams to about 5 to 6 teams.
Definitely. Well, let's go East-West. Let's go East-West. I mean, best team in the West.
That's tough. It could be Clippers, Houston,
Oklahoma
and
City.
you can't count San Antonio out.
Golden State.
Never can count Kansas
Golden
City.
State's in that mix.
Oh yeah, they
I'll
in
give it
the
to
Ball.
Clippers right now.
Yeah, I would say really.
You give it
Clippers
to
right now.
with Doc Rivers though. JJ Redick, you like that?
Clippers got a
W,
great
you know?
coach now. So.
Yeah, well that's
I mean, I just feel like when it comes playoff time, you need some type of low post presence, and the Clippers just don't have it.
right. That's what I feel.
And it exposes them every year in the playoffs. Blake Griffin, you're not going to win a championship shooting jump shots. And that Lob City doesn't exist in the playoffs. That was already proven last year. So when it's time to get the ball down low in a tight game, DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin just not going to do it. They would have been better off getting that trade for Kevin Garnett.
But you know what? Doc Rivers is going to make no, not Blake better, but Paul better.
Oh yeah.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Going to make him a better player, without a doubt. They have shooters. You know what I'm saying? They got better shooters than they did last year.
He's the
You know what I mean?
toughest guy on the team. That's not
But they're
good.
still a small. They're still kind of small too, though.
No, they got 2 7-footers off the bench.
Who they got?
Holland and that kid on Mullins.
You got Mullins?
B.J. Mullins and Ryan.
He's not really playing too much though.
He's
So
only
they
playing-
run small though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? San Antonio's still to be reckoned with because of the system. They're a system team.
Yeah, system.
The Golden State got better.
Golden State got a lot better.
Golden
You know,
State got
no,
Jermaine O'Neal too.
Huh?
Bugging. They got Jermaine O'Neal over
Well,
there.
you got
I hate to say it, but if the Knicks had David Lee,
Oh
Big
yeah.
difference.
Man,
Yes.
you know, I'm
big difference.
Big difference.
I'm David Lee's supporter.
I'm not a David Lee fan, but
I'm a David Lee fan.
he'd be great for the Knicks.
Hell yes. Pardon my language.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, he was with the Knicks. He wasn't.
Yeah, but they didn't
He
have
was an
nothing when he
all-star
went
with
to
the
them.
Knicks. He didn't have no help. He put up numbers. He was a double-double every night.
He's
He was
not
an
going to put.
all-star.
Does he put those numbers up with Carmelo? I don't know.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
we would like to get out of
he
a
was.
healthy Stoudemire, which we're not getting because he's not healthy, we would get out of David Lee. He would give us that post presence.
Maybe.
And rebound.
And rebound. He's double-double.
Definitely rebounding.
He's going to give you
He'll
double-double.
give you double-double.
He's a
You
real
definitely
smart
will
player
get
too. You know?
16 to 10 out of him every night.
I mean, like I said,
Easy.
we got to come out of this Amari contract.
Yeah.
We have to get out of that.
That's like the
Amari
A-Rod contract. It's killing us.
Exactly.
It's killing
It's
us.
killing us right now.
And even worse because of the salary cap. There ain't no salary cap in baseball.
What do you think about the Derrick Rose situation in Chicago?
With the situation with him.
Great shot.
Great
Him
shot.
being
Great
off
shot.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Rusty.
Of course he's going to be rusty. Of course he's going to be
that's
rusty.
all.
But I'm talking about overall. What do you think does that put Chicago? Does that put them over the top again?
Yes,
Does that
it
make
does.
them the
They're
second
top
best
three.
team, the third best
I
team?
think in the
They're
second
top
half of
three.
the season you're gonna see them take it to another level. But this first half they're gonna struggle till he gets his his form back where he was all-star.
I think the best thing that happened in Chicago last year, technically, was playing without him. Because they got a lot of, and Thibodeau's defense, but that Chicago defense.
That's the only thing I really feel they have, because their half-court offense
It's
not
suspect.
that
It's
great. They don't
suspect.
have any shooters. They brought Dunleavy in to be the shooter. That's not working out so far. It didn't work out in the preseason. It hasn't manifested the first 2 games of the season. But without their defense, I don't know what
Chicago is. Chicago is the late '90s Knicks.
Yes.
That's what they are.
Yes.
A bunch of bruises.
Yes, they are.
That's what they are. Thibodeau,
Not bruises in the sense of defense.
I think
they're bruises in the sense of defense too.
Yeah.
They're not purposely foul you, but they're hands on.
They had the tape of Miami working out before that game 1, and they was hitting them with bags and stuff.
They're hands on.
To show how they hit.
Yeah, they're hands on.
The way they hit LeBron and just beat them up, right?
Yeah, they're hands on. You know what I mean?
Right.
They remind me of Philly with Iverson, for the most part.
Who's that?
The Bulls.
The Bulls?
Yeah, because the offense runs through Derrick Rose, like the offense runs through AI.
That's a good
the
point.
Kembe protecting the basket with Noah.
Yes.
They got guys that can score a little bit here and there.
Right.
That's what they remind me of more than the Knicks team.
The only thing about Chicago is they get injured at the end of the year. The main plays.
Well, look the way they play. They're a physical team. You know what I mean? So some players are going to get beat up, though.
That's the only problem.
You know what I don't like about Chicago? Boozer,
he
up and
disappears
down.
sometimes. He
Up and down.
He's been stepping up. He stepped up last year.
He
earned his money last year.
The thing is, Boozer doesn't have a point guard that gets him the ball.
Right.
They don't have a point guard.
Exactly.
They got Allen Iverson with muscles.
Right.
That's all. Not to take nothing away from D Rose. He's nice, but he's Iverson, a bigger Iverson.
You think they should have kept Nate Robinson?
That's what
As
somebody
spark
said
off the
too.
bench, they should have.
Heinrich is good.
He's good.
He's an injury prone guard.
Backup point guard.
But he's a legit point guard.
Yeah. He can shoot.
He distributes the ball.
But the ball's not in his hand as much. The ball's in Derrick Rose's hand.
Not like last year. Now it's back in Rose's hands for 35 minutes, and that only leaves 12 for Heinrich. Or you play him at a combo that gets him up to 20 minutes again.
Yeah, the ball's always in D Rose's hands. But it is what it is. It's going to be a good season. Like I said, only 2 games in, so
only 2 games in.
Tough to call so much, but it's going to be a good season. Very good.
What about Houston?
Houston looks good.
I like the way Houston looks. I like what Harden is doing for Howard, because
they got
he's
shooters.
He's helping them out.
Shooters on that squad.
Listen, I think Howard is in the perfect place for him.
Yeah.
Because while they may act like he doesn't have to score 20 points a game, because you already have that in Harden, who can give you 30, 40 on any night. When they get their point guard situation together between Beverly and Lynn,
it's together. Beverly's starting.
Yeah, but Beverly got hurt.
Oh, he got
so
hurt?
He's out. Yeah, he missed last night's game.
He missed last night's game.
So he's out they said for 2 weeks. So Lynn is back in the starting lineup. So it's like, once they get that together, I think they're going to be
that kid Parsons, he can shoot. He's nice. They got a good squad.
I like Harden.
They're going to be dangerous.
They might be top 3 in the West. Top 2, top 3.
Watching the NBA.
Who, Harden?
Harden, yeah. He just. There's nothing he can't do offensively on the court.
What do you think Oklahoma City does when the point guard comes back?
They do a lot better.
They'll do a lot better.
They do a lot better, but they're still not going to come.
Westbrook, Rose, same player?
They need,
same type of player?
Very same type of player, very much.
A lot of similarities?
Yeah, both explosive, they're fast, 100 miles an hour every time they get the rock. I think Westbrook might be a little bit better shooter, but they're very similar players. Very similar player. They need a consistent contribution from Cephalosha and Ibaka. They get a consistent teams and points from them two, they can be a problem.
Well, that's when they missing that third
They messed up when they let Harden. That team could have went further.
It's been hard to pay all 3 of them, though. That's why they.
Yeah, I know, but
they could have paid them, Mr. Wisdom.
These guys do his tax. They should have done
luxury tax. He got scared not to pay the luxury tax.
Yeah. Well, allegedly they're a small market team, so they probably really.
You don't want to pay 30, 40 million. I mean, everybody ain't the Nets owner. Everybody's $75 million paying luxury tax per year. Like that's
was it Ibrahim or Ibaka that they was trying to? One of them. I might have let Ibaka.
No, I know, but it's like you got to keep a big man in.
I know.
Some kind of defense.
You got to keep it big. You got to keep it
If
big.
they can get rid of Perkins, I wouldn't hurt them at all because he gives you nothing. He don't give you nothing.
I mean, you look back on it now and you say you should have kept Harden. You should have kept Harden. But Harden wasn't going to average what he's averaging in Houston in
No.
in Oklahoma City. He wasn't going to do
Yeah,
that.
but you know what? But he takes him over the top to possibly get into the championship again.
Well, what he does, honestly, what I see that he does, in the fourth quarter, he makes it so you can put Russell Westbrook at the 2 and he can run the point.
True that.
And that's what they're missing, because Russell Westbrook isn't a true point guard. He wants to get his baskets and his points, and he doesn't really look for anybody else unless he's in trouble. And Harden was more of a playmaking 2 guard, you know, in Oklahoma City.
Question, fellas, can you win in the NBA without a true point guard coach? I mean, you got roles. A lot of these point guards are shooting guards and are very aggressive guards, though. You know what I mean? Can you win championships?
Chicago Bulls proved you can win championships. John Paxson and Michael Jordan were the backcourt.
Well, Paxson was a point guard. He was
John Paxson.
No, John Paxson wasn't a point guard.
Well, he was
B.J. Armstrong was a point guard.
But see, that's why the offenses gave mismatch problems. So that was the difference of winning every time.
Well, everybody touched the ball.
Everybody touched the ball.
Even though it ended up in Jordan's hands anyway. At the end of it,
Steve Kerr was down. He got close to the basket.
Steve Kerr got a lot of open shots.
Steve Kerr was a great point guard for them. But these days now, you still need a point guard. As the NBA changed, the game changed, you need that point guard. Rondo's.
I mean, I think you need a point guard, like you said, a true point guard to win a championship.
Tony Parker.
I think you do.
Tony Parker, true point guard.
He won 2.
He's in between, but he's more of a
What I meant by Chicago is that's the last time. You know, that's really like one of the last times that there's been no point guard
that has won. Right.
Well, they had one, but the ball went through Michael. He carried the ball most of the time.
Right.
Derek Fisher.
Right.
Point guard, and he knocked down shots when he needed to knock them down.
Miami doesn't have a legit point guard, but the ball runs through
their
point forward.
But they got LeBron.
Yeah, but Chalmers and Cole, you know, they're not that bad.
That kid Coles is good though.
I like Coles better than Chalmers. Well,
Coles is more of a true point
Chalmers
Chalmers
hits those threes.
big shot. He's been hitting big shots since college.
He got so much
He got a lot of confidence. You know what I mean?
Keep going.
He ain't scared of LeBron James. You know, all right, yo, LeBron James, yo, I'm still gonna play ball.
Does the Lakers hold on and possibly do well in the playoffs until Kobe comes? Do they make the playoffs?
For the Lakers?
Yes.
Yeah, they'll make it first. The West is weak.
They might make it. They're gonna be fighting for the AC.
Let's not forget about Memphis now.
Memphis, they're good.
Let's not forget about Memphis.
They'll be fighting for the AC.
I think Memphis is forgotten about in the West because they didn't do much over the off season, and then they got rid of their coach.
Bad move.
They got to the Western Conference Final and get rid of your coach.
Yeah, that was
bad move. We have 15. We have 15.
But they're trying to run up and down the court.
They're not a running team though.
That was
Zebo and Gasol.
I
didn't understand that.
Down low.
Right.
Memphis should be in the East. The way they play, they got East Coast
came
games
out of
up.
the first game with 3 points on 7 shots.
Yes.
That can't happen.
If Minnesota stays healthy, they can take over Memphis' spot.
Me too. Minnesota
looking tough right now.
No, because you still got
Denver. There was only 2 games or 3 games.
You got Denver.
Denver took a lot of hits. They lost Iguodala. They don't got no. They don't got the bodies.
I'm about to say Iguodala left. Wilson Chandler's out. Gallinari's still recovering from knee surgery.
All they got
so
is
you got Lawson and Kenneth Faried and Nate Robinson some nights.
Right.
It's not enough.
No.
Kenneth Faried
so that 57 wins from last year is coming down to about 42.
You're right. That's a 10-12 game drop.
They already started off 0-2 this year.
Yeah.
They lost badly last night to a mediocre Portland team by 20 on their own home court.
Okay, well we got our basketball stuff in. Want to jump in? Let's go to the college game.
We'll talk about college real quick. Little top tens going on this week. A few buys. Oregon and Bama got buys. Florida State, the big matchup game for this Saturday. Florida State and Miami. DU.
Famous James.
Heisman hopeful. Florida State winning that game.
Maybe.
Florida State winning. Miami's good, but I don't see them stopping.
Miami has this thing about late surges, man. As UCLA. They definitely have late surges, and you play Miami late in the year, they're good for an upset.
Well, if Miami can run, I'm sorry.
I'm a U fan.
It's about the U. Yeah, I like the U too.
They have us as 21-point underdogs.
I can't see that. And with their running backs Miami got, they can grind this game out. They can steal the game, even though Miami's quarterback has been playing well. He's been hurt, but they're gonna have a big game out of him tonight, though. And they're gonna have to run the ball. They're gonna have to run the ball with the 2 running backs they got.
I think it's gonna be a close game. 10-point gonna be a 10-point game. 10-point game. And I'm going with State. I'm going with my man Famous James. Like you was. Johnny Football was your man last year. My man Famous James.
Still is.
Johnny Football, my man.
Oh yeah, I ain't hating on him. I'm just saying.
The line for that Texas A&M game today?
Who they playing?
47.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, who they ain't playing
47 and a
nobody.
half actually.
Who they playing? They ain't playing nobody probably. That's what
They're not playing anybody.
Got Ohio State, Purdue.
Speak louder.
Buckeyes gonna win that one. Purdue.
Buckeyes already up 28 zip in that game.
Yeah.
I know they're up
that's
28
crazy.
nothing.
That's
so
crazy.
That game is over already.
Got Baylor. They got a bye. They're playing Thursday. Thursday night game is two
they
big
got
games.
two big games Thursday.
That's got Oregon and Stanford and Baylor and Oklahoma. Two great games right there. That's gonna decide a lot for the bowl picks and all
Oregon
that.
playing this week?
No, they play Thursday.
Does anybody think? I mean, all of these teams we talk about, who's going to beat Alabama?
That's true.
Yeah.
We can talk about number 2 against number 5 and number 3 against number 7, but there's still the 1.
Bama, roll tide.
Bama got the best
Who's gonna
defense,
beat
though, I think. That's
It's
Bama.
gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
But
who's gonna get that fast shake?
I mean, my thing is, I don't even think they have a good as team as they had last year. And
No, they're not.
They're not as good as they were last year.
Still
awesome.
stellar.
It all depends on who gets jerked and who doesn't get jerked to get that matchup game against Bama.
Indeed.
Then once we figure that out,
I think if Florida State wins out, I think it's Florida State.
Yeah, but they already had Oregon jump them in the polls.
I was about to say, can Oregon hang with
Florida
Bama
State
up?
can make that up today by a good showing against Miami, and then Oregon is at Stanford in that game. Stanford plays well.
Stanford is tough. Stanford is tough. They have good defense. They fly around the ball, but I'm thinking Oregon.
You don't think Baylor's gonna move up any?
They're not even giving
Baylor's
Baylor.
They kind of say they had a soft schedule, but they got a tough part of the schedule coming up now. So if they survive their tough stretch right now, that's
Baylor's going to lose a game somewhere.
Yeah, they're going to lose one. They're going to.
So I think if Florida State can win tonight, it's going to come down to Florida State and Oregon on who's going to play Bama. Bama's there.
Yeah, Bama's pretty much going to be there. Clemson, Virginia, that's Clemson. They're going to be Virginia's Auburn, Arkansas. Auburn Tigers on that one. Even though they play tough, but they're going to beat Arkansas. You don't think? Because you have some sleepers and
It's a tight game. It's going to be a tight game.
Okay. But you have something for me.
No, it's not going to be a blowout.
What about Missouri, Tennessee? What you think?
That's going to be a
Missouri.
like that.
Missouri's going to bounce back and whoop them.
Exactly. Missouri coming off that tough loss last
They're going to whoop
year.
them. They're going to
whoop them today.
They're going to whoop on them. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. I'm saying, man, that's.
Hey, you forgot Michigan State.
Oh yeah, the big rivalry game. 21 Michigan, 22 Michigan State. No, we're going blue. Yeah, we're going blue. We're going blue on that one.
That's a big game
later on this afternoon. That game.
That's a big game too.
Yeah, that's a good matchup and rivalry game to lead into the state and U game.
Rose
Two
Bowl.
big rivalry joints.
Rose Bowl contenders, bro.
Yeah. I think go blue, baby. We're gonna handle our business.
Everything is go blue.
Yeah, go blue. Go blue pro and college. That's how I roll. What got things for the pros?
No, I want to give a big shout out. Jumping into baseball for a minute to the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
That hurts a little bit being that I'm a Yankee guy.
I
know it should hurt all of us here, being that we New York guys. But listen, from last place last year to winning the championship this year, you gotta give props.
Gotta give props to the
You gotta give props.
Congrats to
the big Poppy and them guys. You gotta give props, man.
MVP, right? He got MVP? Yeah. He deserves it.
Listen, I know.
Big Poppy did it.
Yeah, the PED thing, but there was no PEDs in this show around because played well. Listen, Boston is 12-2 in the World Series, and they're 3 World Series appearances.
Yeah.
They know how to
12-2.
When they finally get in there, they know what to do.
Hey,
Finally get in there.
3 chips in what? 10 years?
When they get there, what they got 3 championships in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
They're doing what the Yankees do.
They know how to win in that little park too. They know how to win in Boston. Nobody else can beat them in their park.
Well, they got better pitching. You know what I'm saying? And it showed that you don't need a big salary cap to win games. You know, you just need the right.
The only thing I give Boston is that a lesser team would have crumbled after Game 3 with that disputed call.
Oh yeah.
A lesser team would have just folded up, and they came back and swept the next 3.
I think what got them over the hump when I think the second game they had against Detroit, when they should have lost, and Big Poppy hits the grand slam.
Yeah, the grand slam. Yeah.
I mean, that just
changed
sometimes destiny is just the way it is.
Change the
Though.
momentum. But hey,
know?
give big shout outs to Cardinals too. I mean, come on, they showed up.
Cardinals always kind of why? Cardinals always there. They lost.
They lost. We don't want to talk about personal.
They lost. They lost 2 out of the 3 in St. Louis. They
choked in the World Series. Listen, they got that. They got there.
They've been getting there.
Talk to Chicago fans. They ain't never been there.
They ain't gonna get there. Some teams just ain't never gonna get there, like the Mets. They ain't getting there.
Hey, we've been there.
You got a future.
We've been there.
86.
Yeah, and 2001.
Hey, we got some young talent. Maybe in the next 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
The next 3 years, we're going to be contenders.
Nah.
The next 3 years, you heard it here first.
Yeah, okay.
The next 3 years, the Mets will
Okay.
be contenders.
Yeah, all right.
I've been saying that for
Okay.
the last
Yeah.
20 years.
Listen.
Last 20 years.
I'm saying, I got to keep saying it. And when they come through, I'll be like, I told you.
Yeah. You guys just watch out about Java. You worry about Java.
Java, please, really.
Java's out of
Skip
here.
on to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Derek Jeter signing a 1-year contract.
I think the writing's on the wall that that's going to be his last year.
Well, I hope this is.
That'd be
I hope
good.
this is a tour like a Mariano tour for this.
He just
show.
made sure now
I hope that's
For
what
$12
you
million, you're
That
right.
was a courtesy
And
contract.
he deserves that. How long he's been a Yankee?
let's
How long
not-
he's been a Yankee?
Oh, come on. 15 years?
94.
Damn near 19 years?
That'd be 19 years.
19 years?
But,
Come on.
but he was going to get 9.5 anyway this year. We're just giving him an extra
Extra
3.5.
3.5.
Bow out gracefully and make your announcement. This is going to be the last run.
Yeah. And that's what I hope. And that's what I hope.
He
they're
deserves
gonna
that. Do y'all think he deserves that?
No,
Yeah,
he got
No.
nothing to
He's
prove.
one of the
Nothing to
players
be
they're
ashamed
going
of.
to tell to quit, though. He's not going to quit on his own.
No.
I don't think
No.
so.
Nah, because he wants to get the most hit. He want to go
Well, he
free
can't
roll.
play as any.
He ain't gonna-
He can't
He
play
ain't
as
gonna-
any
he ain't
team.
gonna go
He ain't
there.
gonna go there.
He's got the most hits
Because
as
he's
a
been hurt,
Yankee.
though.
He's got his 3,000. He's got nothing to really aim for except for Pete Rose. Bow out gracefully.
Top-
You
top-
don't want to bow out hurt and banged up like you did this year.
Yeah, once the body start breaking down, it's
Yeah,
time to go.
Is he a top 10 Yankee all time?
Yeah, top 10. He's way
Top 5?
above
Top
top
five.
Top 5?
Top
Top 5?
3.
He might be top 3.
It's crazy.
It may be
man.
big. It may be him
He
and
got a
Babe
few
Ruth.
guys because Yogi got a
Maybe
limit.
him
Right?
and-
Mickey Mantle.
I was looking at his numbers.
You gotta make it.
Now you gotta put
Yeah, but I'm
Mariano in
going
that
with,
conversation.
I mean,
too,
Jeter just has been.
It's
I mean,
wild.
he's been the face of baseball.
Yankee baseball for a minute.
More than just Yankee baseball, the face of baseball. He's never been in any trouble.
Right.
You know, he's straightforward. He's never been indicated in anything. Clean shaven.
Yeah,
you gotta-
this is a guy
You
who
gotta
can
give it to
play.
Dirk. He's never been caught doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
All he does, the only thing he does is change women. That's it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
In both aspects.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he gets MVP on that too.
Yeah,
he
ain't
gets
nothing wrong with
MVP
that.
on that too.
Jump back real quick before we go on the NFL. The Carmelo situation about him wanting to be a free agent, wanting to be now, talking about he wanted to test free
Retire, Nick.
agency. Now he want to retire, Nick. What
Do
you
you
guys think
believe
about
him? Do you
that?
believe what he's saying? That's
Why,
the only
why
thing.
wouldn't you test free agency?
He has to do that.
You have
Right.
to. I'm a Knicks
No,
fan,
but
but
he's
you
gonna
have
max
to.
out though. He's maxing
But
out
of
anyway.
course,
That's what he wanted.
the
to do.
Knicks can offer him
The
30
most money.
more than anybody else, so he's gonna stay. But
stay.
He
I'm
just
gonna-
want to make sure they bring talent over there, basically.
I agree with that.
He's going to stay. He's going to retire Nick, hopefully. And hopefully he can talk somebody coming over here like everybody else did.
It's up bad. He's gonna win the
Get,
championship.
get that number 2 guy to come in.
I mean, he should retire. I mean, what better place than not to play than in New York, then win a championship here in New York. For him to bring, they brought him over to win a championship in New York. I know they thought the Stoudemire Melo thing would work out though. That kind of didn't work out. So why not say what he said to try and get other players over here? Do you think he goes to LA?
Yes.
I doubt it.
Why?
D'Antoni's there. Didn't he get D'Antoni?
Can't Tony be gone?
Think so?
Yeah, but why go to LA to be with a 35, 36-year-old Kobe? No, they're not gonna win a championship together.
No.
And I think
the ball came
LA has their own plans of the.
Well, you got to remember this too, though. After this year, Heat, like the Heat also, they only got one player signed. That's Chalmers.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a free agent.
Right.
Pat Riley will work it out.
I think
Everybody
LeBron
else is
James.
free
They'll
agent.
reload, though. I think they'll
I think
reload.
he's going to Cleveland.
I think Chris Bosh leaves.
I think Chris Paul. I don't think Miami. LeBron's not going to Cleveland, Black. coach.
He's not going to Cleveland.
You can't.
It's foolish to do that.
He's not going to Cleveland.
You can't get rid of. Well, you can't get rid of Dwayne.
Even though
Wade.
I do like Kyrie Irving though.
I
You know
think
what I'm
he's going
saying?
to Cleveland.
How much weight
Why?
got
Why
left,
would he go to
though?
Cleveland?
How much?
He felt the way he left, the way he felt bad, the way he left. I knew he feels
But
bad.
how much?
Kyrie doesn't want him in
I think he
Cleveland.
did. I think he did feel bad. I don't think he felt bad no more though.
Kyrie Irving doesn't
It
want
looked
him in
bad for
Cleveland.
him, too,
That's
when he went
Kyrie's
on.
team. He doesn't want anybody coming in there and taking over his team. That's Kyrie's team. If Kyrie just decides to take an extension and stay. If he does, he doesn't want LeBron James there for what? Why would you want LeBron?
I gotta say though, is this Kyrie's last? Is this contract year for Kyrie?
No.
Because I would say, listen, get him into New York. Bring the Carlton out of here.
Yeah, get rid of him.
We wouldn't have.
That'd be coming home
Knicks
for him.
wouldn't have the money. We would have
Yeah,
to give
money.
it to a lot of people. Because James Dolan refused to take that luxury tax hit. He's not a Nets owner. You know, so I mean, James Dolan is going to run us into the ground again.
Only good thing James Dolan did that I can give him props for is not resigning Jeremy Lin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which he wanted to do, but he was talked out.
Yeah, but that's because of fan base thing though.
Yeah.
You understand? To give him $27 million would have been ridiculous.
It's the only smart thing he made.
You know. But hey, that's the way it is. Let's jump on some NFL news because you know.
Yeah, what you want to know? What we got?
Thursday night's game. What's going on?
Thursday night.
What's up
Hey,
with
you
that?
stopped your
I needed that win Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was a 4 game.
4 game.
Oh, yeah.
Big win for Miami. Tough loss for Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. Safety. What a way to go out.
And Andy Dalton didn't have a good game. You know what I'm saying? Usually he does though, but he was due though. He hasn't had a pick for it. He hasn't had a pick for the last 4 games. So
everything was due to happen. They was due to have a bad one. Your D was due to step up and have a good one.
Cameron's healthy though.
Yeah,
he hasn't been healthy though, and that was
that's
a
the
big
anchor of your
one.
D, isn't it?
Wait, NFL, we're starting off with Miami.
No, we
Well,
start.
that was the last
No,
game.
we start as the weeks go on though.
That was the last game.
Tomorrow you got the Jets in New Orleans.
Good game. Saints are going to win.
Saints gonna win.
Saints gonna win that game. But you know what?
They play that strong at home.
But you know what?
I think that's strong on the
It's going
road.
to be a tougher game than people think, but I think
I think
the
Jets
Saints
gonna
will
win this game.
Whenever you think the Jets don't have a chance,
That's when they
that's when they surprise
That's
you.
when
Jets
you
gonna win
show up.
this game.
That's what they do.
But I don't think
I
they're showing
think we have to
up.
score 30.
Yeah, and they can't outscore. They can't outscore the weather. And I don't think the weather's going to be bad. You know, if we had wind in the MetLife Stadium, which is not Giant Stadium anymore, MetLife Stadium is not as windy as it used to be.
So you got to look at what Drew Brees is going to do to the Jets. Because Andy
That's
Dalton
what
did
we got
that.
a lot
You
of weapons
know.
over there, too.
And their defense is better.
Yeah.
You got the two brothers going against one another.
Yeah, the Jets can't match him offensively. It's sorry to say it.
They ain't going to be able to run on the Jets, though. That's the only good thing.
Well, they don't really run
They
at
might get
everybody
a
that
pick-
much anyway.
They might get a pick off of that.
Yeah, but
You
their
never
running
know.
back is usually for the pass, like
Yeah,
pass
they don't have a traditional running
The
game.
Jets will be in the game
Oh,
if
yeah.
Geno
For the first
Smith
half.
doesn't throw a bunch of pick sixes.
Exactly.
If he can
Exactly.
take care of the ball and manage the game, then they'll be in the game. If
Well-
he starts throwing it, you know,
Which game is this?
interceptions-
Is this a good Geno game? Because last week was a bad Geno
They have
game,
a
right?
good Geno.
Because he has good beat Geno,
Yeah,
bad
he's
Geno,
so
good
back
Geno.
and
But they play better at
He
home.
had,
Well,
he had the New
One
England
time.
game, and then he had the Cincinnati game.
He's still a rookie, so you gotta be easy.
Well, they're up and down. Well, do you know that the Jets are 1-10 after each win?
Yes. Yes.
1-10 after each win.
Well, hey,
That's
it's
great.
gonna be a
I just
tough.
think there's a
They
matchup.
lost last week, so
Possibly they win
they'd
this
be
one.
all
I
right.
think the only way for the Jets to prevail in this game tomorrow is to run the ball.
Yeah.
Geno Smith throws the ball under
Time
20
management,
times.
time
Keep them off the court.
You got to keep Drew
control the
Brees,
ball.
Drew Brees off the field.
This is Natasha Watts. You're tuned in to On the Block Sports Talk.
Yeah, Brian
But their
is
defense
there.
has gotten better though, and Blitz
Yeah,
happy.
they're-
Last game, but
Yeah,
their last game,
a couple
their defense
categories.
got
Blitz happy though, and you got a rookie quarterback too.
Well, that's why you got to run it. Because they're top 5 in passing defense. That's why you got to run it.
It's gonna be a good game.
Who's going to match up against Grant? He's the best tight end in the game.
Well, he's hurt. Top 3. But he played last week. He
I
got
got
2
Gronkowski
touchdowns.
top one.
Yeah,
Gronkowski.
I sat him down.
Gronkowski ain't better than Graham.
You know
I
what?
believe so.
He's only going to get
Graham's a better
Nah, he ain't
athlete.
better than Graham though.
Graham's a better athlete.
Crazy right
Gronk is just so big.
Win.
Is what makes
Winning
him
touchdowns, receiving yards. He hasn't beaten all of those categories.
Gronkowski is a game changer.
I like Graham over Gronk.
And superstar Jimmy Graham, you wouldn't want him on your team?
I
I'm
take
not saying I
Graham.
wouldn't.
No, right.
He'll stretch the field more than
I mean, if
Gronk.
Gronkowski is not
Gronk is just so
injured,
big.
Well, the bottom line
I
is
don't
this: who else does Brady have to throw to besides Gronk? Let's talk last year with that two tight end set though.
yeah,
He had
Edelman,
Melvin last year.
Yeah, but look what Breeze got. Breeze got got a variety of receivers.
Not
Yeah,
really.
few receivers, deep threats.
Not really.
But Brady had weapons last year too. Welker. Who else he had?
Walker and Aaron
Hernandez.
Hernandez. But Gronk was his number one option.
Gronk, Hernandez,
He was his number one
Walker was
option.
number one option.
Oh yeah, okay. 1A, 1B.
I mean, now he has
Those are
Edelman.
two guys he threw the ball.
I mean, a
to.
bunch of them are undrafted rookies. So for them to be 6-2 with a bunch of undrafted rookies as your wide receivers is impressive.
But right now, at this point in their careers, I take Jimmy Graham because Gronk is falling apart.
Yeah, he's not
That's what I said.
Monster
Gronk
Gronk
is
is
healthy
falling
and
apart.
different.
His body is
But
failing
his body
fast.
They're both 6'8". They're both 6'8". Gronk is, I mean, Graham's just a little more athletic.
Gronk is
more wider, maybe a better blocker.
Better blocker.
You know what I'm saying?
But he's falling apart.
Let's stay in New England. New England has a big game against Pittsburgh in New England. New England hasn't been playing that well.
I don't think it's that
Friday,
big of
good
a
afternoon. Out there, it's on the Block Sports Talk coming to you live from Rosey's Barbershop.
Pittsburgh hasn't shown up. I mean, I'm a Raider fan.
It's a big game for them because the division leader lost, so this is a game they could catch up in the division.
So New England?
No,
Pittsburgh.
For Cincinnati losing, and they were leading. They need this game to catch up. They'll stay within 2 games or so.
Well, what are they?
So they
Two-
need
what-
they're
what
2
is-
and
what are
5.
they,
2 and 5.
2 and
There
5.
will be 2 and 6 after this game. But right now they're 2 and 5.
But Brady's hurt though, and they can get after the quarterback though.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
they can't get after
Brady
the
can't
quarterback.
protect Big Ben. They've been having offensive line trouble throughout the whole year.
And the Pats made a move and they got the defensive tackle from the Eagles. So they're going to be coming out.
Pittsburgh is not really. I mean, you
They're
are
a
what
tough
your record
team.
says you
They're a
are
tough
technically,
team.
but they're a tough team,
They
and
didn't
it's
get
going to be
blown out a
it's going to be
lot
a
of
tough
games.
fight. And listen, New England's been winning games that they shouldn't have been winning though.
That's true. They
You know what I'm
shouldn't
saying?
have
So
They shouldn't have beat Miami the other
they shouldn't have
week.
beat. They
I
shouldn't.
understand
They
how
should.
Miami lost that game.
They fell apart.
And they
They should have
they're at
beat right.
home. They're at home.
They should have lost to the Nets. I mean, the Jets the first time around. They should have lost to New Orleans.
They
But
should
you know
have
what?
beat them twice.
No, they beat New Orleans, man. That was just Tom Brady.
They're at home.
Yeah, but that's
Tom
New
Brady.
Orleans playing a prevent defense at the end, and not playing the defense that they was playing.
Oh, yeah,
in
that
the
game
second
is
half.
No,
Crazy.
that's
I
New
remember
Orleans
that
not
game.
looking at the sideline and seeing that's Tom Brady we're going to get the ball to.
Well, you know what? That's not putting no pressure on Tom Brady. Why you gonna stop blitzing him and then go into a prevent defense with
They
a
went
minute
to a
and 50?
prevent zone defense.
Oh, really?
You can't do that in the last minute of the game.
You only rushing 3
You're just
people.
giving them chunks and
Come
chunks
on.
of yardage.
Come on, Panda.
And now you want to stop them on the 10-yard line. That's not going to happen.
Does Dallas bounce back after the and they play Minnesota?
They're
They got
playing at home.
Minnesota.
They're
They're playing at home.
If
Yeah,
Dallas
it's Jerry
doesn't
World.
bounce back, if Dallas doesn't bounce back, this could be bad for them going on in the season because they had that game last week, and that's a game that you lose. And if you don't come right back and beat a team like Minnesota this week, your whole season can go.
They're going to win that
down the
game
drain.
because Minnesota's not throwing the ball, and
They're in trouble.
and their weakness is defending the pass.
Ponders is not.
So they're going to win that game.
Ponders
But
is
they-
not.
Let's not. Adrian Peterson has a big game.
Let's
Yeah.
speak on the AP thing. They're talking about trading AP.
Yeah, I heard that.
For
Rumors.
AP's sake,
Rumors.
Yeah, rumors. I heard
I'd be happy for them if they did.
If I'm Adrian Peterson, I want to trade because I don't want to spend
Whole
my
career
prime years
get beat up
getting beat up
and not winning.
and because everybody knows Minnesota can't throw, so you have to go, you have to run. So for him, what is he, 28, and for the next 3 to 4 years to just get beat up on and still being a loser is one thing to get beat up on and be winning.
But they did make the playoffs last year.
Right.
They did make the playoffs last
This
year.
year, because he ain't gonna be no
They know
playoffs.
this year ain't gonna be no playoffs.
Who's quarterbacking for Minnesota?
Honda.
You could if you wanted.
This week it's Ponda because Josh Freeman is out with a concussion.
If Ponda gets 300 yards,
He ain't getting 300 yards because
You
he's not
kidding me?
300 nothing.
Who you gonna throw to?
Ponders is terrible.
He hasn't got 300 yards in 3 games.
Dallas defense is crap. They gave up 600 yards.
Who's gonna throw to Greg Jennings? That's all they got to throw to.
Yeah, and that other kid's
But they was playing
against.
against Calvin Johnson
Simpson, too.
last week in Detroit.
What do you
Doesn't mean anything.
What do you think about that? What do you think about Des
329
Bryant?
yards to one man.
What do you think about Des Bryant's outbreak on the
Yeah,
sideline?
But he's nice though. Calvin
Flag
Johnson.
football.
Number one receiver. Number one receiver. No
They're
doubt.
saying like he's like a
Calvin
number
Johnson.
7 receiver. He's
He's
the
a
best
beast.
receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
He
No
proved
doubt.
it.
No
He
doubt.
proved that.
14 catches, 329 yards.
What do you think about Des Bryant's outbreak on the sideline?
No big deal.
Childish.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, they said
a
he
lot of
wasn't
it
really
was
doing.
unnecessary.
He was just intense as far as the game. It didn't say he was doing nothing really crazy as
kept
far as
doing
talking
it.
bad to the team.
That was the one thing when he was talking to Romo. The other part, when your defensive player has to keep between you and your tight end, somebody said something wrong.
I think
Somebody was too much.
I think he's an intense player, but I think him seeing that Calvin Johnson catching all them damn balls, getting 300-some-odd yards, and he's talking about he's just as good as Calvin Johnson. Talking he's 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? He's just as good. And Calvin Johnson catching 13 balls for 320-some-odd yards, and he only had 3 plays.
He's not a team player.
Des Bryant's a good player though. He's a very
He's a
good
good
player.
Just relax a little bit.
He's not a team
You don't
player.
gotta throw a temper tantrum every time you have a bad game.
Well, you remind me of Terrell Owens doing stuff like that.
But
that's an isolated incident.
Right. That is.
What's an isolated incident? Brett, Des doing that?
Yeah.
It's not the first time Des has done that. It's not the first time.
He's not a team player.
And it's not going to be the last time.
Exactly. He needs to tune it down.
It's not that he's not a team player. I asked you this question, and I'm going to ask all you guys this question. All right. Matthew Stafford gets in trouble. Who's he going to throw to?
Johnson.
Romo gets in trouble.
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
So you're going to say it's a race thing?
No.
He's just not the number one.
He don't like bailout.
He does look for him, but
he should be the go-to receiver though. He should be.
Let's not get nothing away from Witten though. Witten's a beast though. The Witten catches everything.
Witten gets open. You got to throw it to the go-to guys always open.
That's right.
Wes Welker was the go-to for Brady because he always was open.
Doubling up on Des too a lot. So.
The difference with
Des is good.
They double up on Calvin Johnson. He's still throwing the ball.
Triple.
He just needs to tone it down a little bit.
He needs to tone down his attitude.
Just tone it down a notch or two.
I mean, with Des, I'm not mad at that because it's on a Sunday. It's not like he's doing this in practice on Monday or Tuesday. He's bringing attention to himself. He does it on Sunday, which means he's passionate about the game.
I agree with that. I just think that Calvin Johnson catching on the balls has something to do with that.
I believe.
Not a whole lot, but something to do with that, though. Without a doubt, though.
You get 3 balls, and Terrence Williams is getting 10 catches. Of course.
Well, you know what? They double him, though. And the key is, though, listen, I'm going to throw the ball to the open man. Terrence Williams play. Right, but he only has 3 catches, though.
That's all right. It's 76 yards. That's okay. That's won the
He
game.
played a decent game.
No, he played a good game. Played a good game.
Great game.
We got the game. I think one of the best games of the week is the Monday night game. We know we'll go back to some of the Sunday games.
Chicago Green Bay. Big rivalry game. Chicago's all beat up right now.
Color's not playing.
Color's not playing? That's for sure.
He's out. Briggs is out. Yeah, Color's out for like 4 to 6 weeks because he got the groin injury.
But then we got Green Bay.
Green Bay gonna run down their throat. Lacey gonna run it. He gonna get like $150. This is gonna be ugly. I'm not one. Green Bay's winning that game.
Who's the quarterback for Chicago?
Does it matter?
McCown.
Yeah.
He's not too bad. It's not so much the quarterback. It's the system. Think about it. It's a new system.
Yeah.
I mean, he played well when he came. It's different when backup quarterbacks come in the middle of the game because you're not ready for them. But when you're ready for them and you set your defense against them and know what they are, they're totally different. They're
banged up on defense.
They're playing in Green Bay. Playing in Green Bay.
They're gonna blow them out.
3 touchdowns, probably.
Philly and Oakland, if anybody cares.
Listen, Oakland's been playing well.
Oakland's playing well. Oakland's winning.
When they play that game?
Oakland.
Black hole. Nobody ain't beating us. Raider Nation, stand up.
He said nobody ain't beating us. You
Except
gotta
for
stand up then. You gotta stand up then.
He just beat the Steelers.
What's your record right now? Like
3-4. Better
playing.
than the Eagles.
That's good.
They're playing. Well, listen, the bottom line is the Eagles going on the road, but they can't win at home.
They stink at home.
Nick Foles
They
comes
stink,
back.
period.
And then they're gonna put up a lot.
That's gonna be a good game, but I'm back and forth with that.
I'm gonna give Oakland the edge because they're at home.
Their front seven is pretty good.
like
I'm gonna give Oakland the edge because
I'm definitely, I'm
because
Oakland.
you're an Eagles fan, but
I'm going Oakland on that.
they don't stay with New York though.
San Diego, Washington.
Not a bad game. I'm gonna take Washington because San Diego's coming from the West Coast.
San Diego should win
playing on
that
the
fight.
East Coast. That's like playing at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Going
Though.
to RG3.
But San Diego should beat them though.
Philip Rivers is on fire. Are you kidding me?
I like Philip Rivers.
Redskins are starting to get it together.
The Redskins defense gives up points, man.
But
They gave up to a depleted Bears game. They gave
Are
up
you looking
41.
at the game or are you looking at it because of the Giants?
No, I'm looking at the
situation,
game. The Redskins defense gives up a lot of points.
They do.
And Philip Rivers can throw the ball around.
If they don't stop Philip
It's gonna
Rivers,
be a
it's
close
If it
over.
was a 4 o'clock game, I'd say I'd take San Diego.
Antonio Gates with 2 touchdowns at least, bro. Antonio Gates.
Good game.
Looking
Good
good.
game.
His feet are good.
Good game.
He's all right.
27-24.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's a pick'em game. That's like a pick'em too. That's like a different game too.
Only reason I'm saying Redskins because San Diego
They need to win. They need to win.
It's like a 10 o'clock game.
Yeah, but you know
a lot of West Coast
time
teams.
they got there Friday or something like that's a difference.
San
Diego's done it already.
San Diego had a bye too, but the only thing they said they not good off a bye. They're like 0-5 or 0-6 off a bye.
But they've been playing well this year. Real quick, we got Tennessee, St. Louis. Should be a good game. Old coach.
I like
Tennessee. I like Tennessee.
St. Louis.
Really?
Those fans is a good game.
They should have won Monday night.
Yeah.
You got five chances to win the game at the 5-yard line.
Can't finish it off.
They got a good defense.
Got Clemens.
Clemens is good, but Jake Locker is coming back. Jake Locker is coming back, and Kendall Wright is going to.
I keep moving. One more got Baltimore, Cleveland. Big rivalry. Should be a tough defense in Cleveland.
In Cleveland? I like Baltimore.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
I got Cleveland by 3. I got Cleveland by 3.
Why not?
Joe Hayden on Torrey Smith, that shuts it down.
I got Cleveland by 3.
And they don't run Ray Rice. What happened to Ray Rice?
They changed up the whole offensive system. They were winning by running the ball, play action, deep passes.
Exactly.
Now they're trying to play like an Aaron Rodgers style.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
They gave Clark all that money.
You got the money, so you got to get to throw the ball out.
Who Carolina plays though?
Oh, they play
Carolina, up and coming team.
Atlanta.
Carolina.
What's Coleman might play? Roddy White might play. They said he's game time.
The way
I still like Carolina.
Carolina win that game. They're playing at home too. Their defense all over the place.
Cam Newton's starting to get it. They're not putting him in too many bad situations.
They winning by a touchdown.
Roddy White is not going to be playing.
No,
he's probable.
I know it says game time decision. He probably though.
Steven Jackson was a waste of money.
Yeah.
Because he's hurt.
He's still hurt.
He's still hurt. And I'm a Steven Jackson fan though.
You guys laughed at me. He's stepping up.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Carolina by 7.
Carolina though.
Yo boy, 10 Ken Jr. is going to go off.
No, he's not.
How much you want to bet?
A couple more minutes, real quick before we wrap it up. You can't be serious. What's up with Justin Blackman, bruh? Come on, man.
Second time.
You derailing your career before it even started.
Second
year.
Get rid of him. Jaguars got to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's gonna be done. I don't think they'll sit him up for the rest of the season.
Maybe you think he wants out of Jacksonville? Maybe you think he wants out of Jacksonville?
He might. So
hey, Rosey, who don't want out of Jacksonville?
Yeah.
They're the worst team in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? Is that his way of getting out of it?
Is that his way of getting
out of it? You know what I mean?
Or your man, Johnny Football. One of them two are going there next year.
What about
But anywho.
What about Tampa Bay against Seattle?
Oh, it's Seattle.
Seattle's going to destroy them, right?
Seattle's going to destroy them.
Even though they lost Simeon Rice for the year, another guy out for the year. Simeon Rice, because he got the ACL.
Yeah, but what you call
But Seattle going to take that.
Who do you think is the best team in the NFL right now?
It's kind of hard.
It's hard to say, man.
Kansas City, either Kansas City or
Kansas City?
Kansas City. Hold on. Let's go one of the best games of the day, though. And I'm going to take my upset. I'm going to take Buffalo over KC.
I like Buffalo.
KC's been trying to lose the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're at Buffalo.
Buffalo plays good at home, too. That's right. They're a good home team.
It's going to be a good game.
That is Louis playing?
Yeah, most likely. I think Kansas City's defense will help them out. They'll win that game.
Alex Smith don't make mistakes. Like, he's a great game manager.
The only thing is, who's quarterbacking for Buffalo?
That's Lewis.
You sure? Because they said he's hurt.
He's a little hurt, though.
Kansas City by 3.
Spiller's going to be playing. Fred Jackson's a monster. Fred Jackson's
Buffalo might give them their first loss.
I'm just saying Buffalo because Kansas City's been trying to lose for the last couple of weeks.
They almost lost to Cleveland.
Smash mouth game, like John Madden used to say back in the days. That's going to be one of them ground and pound smash mouth kind of games. Don't look for a lot of fanciness, a lot of running, a lot of toughness.
Well, yeah, Kansas City don't play fancy. They play hardcore football. I'm going with Kansas City by 3. But we got to wrap it up, Musa. We got to wrap it up.
Disappoint you, baby.
I hear you. I know you Bills man and all that. It's time to wrap it up.
If we finish, get the plugs.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up for the day. Thanks everybody for coming out from here. The Rosey's, everybody in the Marble Hill section. Big shouts to y'all. Thanks to Rosey's Barbershop. Thanks to Gun Hill Classic Basketball, 502 Sports Bar and Lounge, Dr. Pasquale over there in White Plains Road. If you got bad back, check him out. Blasio, Andy King, get out there and get your vote in on Tuesday. ShowLoveRadio.net for the podcast. Big shouts to everybody. Thanks for coming out, everybody from the area.
We on
Verizon, BronxNet, Channel 68, Verizon, Channel 34 for your public access. Catch us on YouTube for old shows, new shows. Check us out on that. Everybody, thanks a lot.
And once again, we'd like to thank Rosey for having us here, man.
Yes,
we always have a great time here. Great shows. One of our best shows is always from here, you know what I'm saying? We'd like to thank you, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we come back again. You have us again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
Be ready for the big blue roll express. We on our road. Baby.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
We got everybody, like you said. We got them where we want them. Got them sleeping. We on those 10 in a row, baby.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
That's what's up.
We're not going to lose this week.
And let's give a shout out to our man Mustafa, who does things behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
No doubt. And for the Hammer, and for the rest of the crew, it's on the Block Sports Talk. We out from Rosey's Barbershop. Thanks a lot, fellas.
All right.
Sure, bro.
No doubt.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah, we waiting for you. Okay.
Stop on it. On the block, sports talk, Yankees, Mets, Knicks, New York. On the block, sports talk, Giants, Jets, Nets, let's go. On the block, sports talk, Philly, Miami, Dallas, Buffalo. On the block, sports talk, NBA, M.E.B, NFL, we got it all. On the block, sports talk. 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 Directed by Kenny Stafford.
Okay.
Big blue.
That's what's up, though. Yeah,
Snuck over. That's real love right there. He snuck over to give a little.
For sure, girl.
I mean, no
I
doubt.
wish he was here when the basketball was on. He had that heat.
Yeah.
They killed him with that on.
What happened to your heat?
Yeah, he's there too, boy.
Yeah, he died hard. He's fan, though.
For defense.